villain since day one. You have laughed at me and Phaedra and any other woman on the sofa who you felt threatened by from the very beginning. And then now you're the victim. That's really confusing to me. And that's ridiculous and it's irritating.
All right, y'all, buckle up, because the season 16 reunion of The Real Housewives of Atlanta was anything but calm. From the very start, it was clear this wasn't going to be just another sit-down filled with rehearsed shade and pretty dresses. Sure, everyone showed up looking flawless hair, perfectly styled, makeup glowing, heels clicking like they were walking the runway, and those forced smiles that scream everything's fine. But let's keep it real.
Let's talk about the newbies. There were a couple of moments in the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta that actually gave me hope for the future of Atlanta, more specifically Kelli and Angela. But this moment where Kelli is getting a call from Porsha and Porsha's like, I'm sick, I can't come. I don't believe Porsha was sick. I can't come. And Kelli says to her, girl, take everything, just not someone's man.
Everything, girl, just don't take nobody else's man.
It didn't take long before that polite energy faded, and the truth started spilling out fast. As usual, Andy Cohen took his spot and tried to set the tone. You know how it goes. He welcomes everyone, cracks a joke or two, and gets into the season's highlights. But this time, he barely got a full sentence out before things started spiraling. One moment, it was all fake laughter and head nods, and the next, Kelli turned toward Porsha and dropped a bomb so bold it froze the whole room. She didn't throw shade. This wasn't a slick comment or a subtle read. Kelli went straight for the jugular. She looked at Porsha and said, "Girl, you spent most of the season pretending to be happy while you were secretly planning that divorce."
Same thing, but go ahead.
We both in kind said that our husbands were putting our divorce documents online. We loved our husbands and we had to leave it for certain financial reasons. Hold on,
I was married for 11 years. You were married for 11 months. Like, let's not compare apples to peaches.
Okay, that's fine. So mine didn't count.
The thing is, I don't think that you should compare my divorce to your divorce.
I did not compare my divorce to yours. Number one, we're two women going through a divorce.
Absolutely.
Fighting for our life.
Well, I was fighting literally and financially. So
okay, Kelli, I think
absolutely.
I've made my point.
That's fine. You can make it.
You could hear a pin drop. Porsha gave one of those tight, uncomfortable laughs that usually come right before somebody loses their cool. And then she clapped back. You don't know a damn thing about my marriage or my life, so sit there and sip your champagne before you get checked. That was the moment we all realized this wasn't a reunion, it was about to be a battlefield. And here's the real kicker, what aired on Bravo. That was just the surface.
What's your name again? My name? I think you know my name. My first time meeting you. Good. Anything else you want to know besides that? Like, what's your last name? Well, I think you know my last name. How do you know me? I don't know you. I'm just asking a simple question. So that's how you begin to get to know someone? I said it to Shamia.
I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, whoa, whoa.
Kelli can be a little spicy, but
That's my girl.
The behind-the-scenes chaos was even messier. We're talking yelling matches during commercial breaks, secret messages pulled up on iPhones, and receipts that made even Andy sit back in shock. Let's take it back and break this whole thing down. At first, things were calm. The ladies sat down, posed for the cameras, and Andy did what he always does, asked how everyone felt about the season. Porsha answered first, giving a polished, public relations-sounding response about growth, lessons learned, and sisterhood. You know, the usual stuff. But then, Kelli jumped in with that smirk she's known for, and interrupted like she'd been waiting all season to do it. "Girl," she said, "let's not pretend. You spent this whole season faking your marriage while plotting a way out. Boom."
So my question was, why did she take that woman's husband?
That cannot be your opening line. Go rewrite it. That was not it.
That one sentence changed everything. Porsha slowly turned to her, still trying to hold it together. She fired back with confidence, warning Kelli to stay quiet unless she wanted problems. But Kelli didn't back down. She came with ammo. She responded, "Sweetheart, your ex was in my DMs before you even filed. Don't come for me." Now, THT had the entire set shook. Even Andy's eyes went wide, and he was clearly caught off guard. It wasn't part of the script, and you could tell. Here's what's wild. Fans had already been talking about Kelly's cryptic Instagram story a few days before filming. She posted something that said, "He was in my inbox. Your turn, sis." People assumed it was just about some random drama. But now, we know she was talking about Porsha's ex Simon. Now, just when we thought Kelly had delivered the final blow, Porsha wasn't done. She reached into her purse and pulled out a folder. That's right, real paper receipts. She wasn't shouting. She wasn't crying. She was calm, collected, and ready to flip the script. She looked right at Kelly and said, "You want to play dirty? Let's talk about how you've been leaking my personal divorce info to the blogs." Everyone went quiet. The folder she brought had documents she claimed came straight from her lawyers. According to Porsha, these files proved Kelly had gotten her hands on confidential legal documents about her prenup, money, and property, and then sent them to gossip sites known for spreading Bravo drama. She even had screenshots showing text conversations and emails linking Kelly to the leaks. And guess what? A couple of gossip blogs did post highly specific details about Porsha's divorce stuff that wasn't even public yet. Suddenly, Kelly's earlier live video where she said, "I know things you ain't ready for," made perfect sense. Andy tried to get things back on track, but it was too late. This was no longer just shade. This was legal territory. Porsha looked Kelly dead in the eye and said, "You tried to drag my name through the mud for likes and clicks. But I promise, this won't end here." As soon as the filming stopped, Porsha ripped off her microphone and stormed off stage. Sources say she was absolutely livid. She went straight to the producers and accused them of setting her up. She told Andy, "You knew she was going to do this. Why all let it happen? And Kelly?" She was sitting there cool as ever, looking like she was ready to go another round. That told everyone just how prepared she really was. This wasn't spur-of-the-moment drama. She'd been planning her move. Then, just a few hours after the reunion aired, leaked audio hit the internet. In the clip, you could hear what sounded like Porsha yelling behind the scenes, accusing the network of ambushing her. She even threatened to quit if certain parts weren't edited out. Bravo hasn't confirmed whether it was her, but the voice, the emotion, and everything about it matched the meltdown fans saw on screen. Things got so tense that production brought in extra security for the rest of filming. That's how serious it got. At this point, it didn't feel like a reunion. It felt like crisis management. After a short break and another round of mic checks, the ladies returned to set and Porsha wasn't done. She locked eyes with Kelly and brought up Simon again. This time, she accused Kelly of smiling in her face while secretly working with bloggers and producers to dig into Simon's shady business deals. Kelly, cool as ever, shot back with a shocking claim. She said Porsha was never blindsided by Simon's drama. Instead, she accused Porsha of using the divorce as a way to change her image and get ahead of a bad situation. She claimed Porsha got a little too close to one of the security guards during a girls' trip to Cabo last year, after the split, while things were still complicated with Simon. Kelly said she had proof, flirty texts, DMs, even a picture of someone who looked like Porsha in a bathrobe. She didn't show everything, but what she did reveal was enough to stop the room cold. Kenya raised an eyebrow and muttered, "Now this is getting good." Drew didn't say a word. She just stared at the floor. That silence? It spoke volumes. Even though Porsha called the messages fake and desperate, her voice cracked a little, and fans noticed. Some even started digging and discovered that a former bodyguard stopped appearing at Bravo events right after that Cabo trip. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. Kenya's commentary, Drew's silence, and Kelly's rising star reactions from the rest of the cast were all over the place. Kenya Moore looked like she was watching her favorite movie calm, sipping a drink, and taking it all in. Drew Sidora tried to stay neutral, but she ended up looking nervous. At one point, Andy asked Drew if she remembered anything strange during the Cabo trip. She played it safe and said she couldn't recall. But Kelly wasn't letting her off the hook. She said, "Girl, you were right there when she said that man was fine." Drew suddenly stopped talking. Fans dragged her on social media for staying quiet, saying she was trying to play both sides again, classic Drew behavior. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Bravo executives were stunned. One production insider said, "Nobody thought Kelli would carry the reunion like this." There's already talk about making her a full-time cast member next season. Her name was trending across social media the night the reunion aired. Porsha's spot, on the other hand, might not be so safe. An internal email reportedly mentioned a possible cast reshuffle after everything that went down. Kelli's final threat: the videos as the night wrapped up, Kelli got caught on a hot mic saying something that shook fans even more. She said, "Porsha, lucky I didn't bring the video receipts." Not texts, not screenshots. She said she had actual videos saved to her iCloud DMs, screen recordings, even footage that could back up her side. Insiders say producers pulled her aside immediately and warned her, if those videos were recorded without someone's consent, Bravo could get into serious legal trouble just for discussing them on air. But Kelli didn't sound like she was bluffing. She spoke like someone who still had cards left to play. And she had that quiet confidence the entire time, like she knew she still had more to unleash if needed. So now everyone's wondering, is Porsha going to come back for part 2 of the reunion? The way she stormed out and the look on her face didn't seem like someone ready to return to the stage. And if Kelli really does have that iCloud footage, Porsha might decide to step away entirely. Everything that went down in this reunion might end up changing the whole future of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. From off-camera audio, leaks to behind-the-scenes chaos, this wasn't just reality TV, it was a full-blown Bravo earthquake. Fans are already picking sides, analyzing clues, and waiting for part 2 to see how it all plays out. So what do you think? Is Kelli telling the truth? Does she really have those videos? Is Porsha done for good, or will she come back swinging? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and trust, we'll be right here when the next part airs. Because if you thought this reunion was wild already, it looks like the real storm is still coming.